I am not going to beat around the bush because I value your time and we need to devote more time to training. This video is all about the nation of Clownbodia's main source of funding. We ask the simple question as to whether the funds have dried up and they have become insolvent. In the heat of battle, I say naughty things. You have been warned. Are you not entertained? Over on Reddit, let's take a look at what they're talking about. Right Obligation 18 says, I'm in Robinhood and today's ULTY dividend shows 428 instead of 328. I genuinely think that someone made a typo upstream in the system that's gumming up everybody. If it's still not fixed in a day or two, I'll message support. I felt this way too when I looked at my Robinhood account, but I don't think so. I think there is something more sinister at play here. I think that the Yieldmax might actually be insolvent. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Centurion did get a little dirty and rolled around with the pigs in the mud. We'll stay on the farm because I deserve it. So the reason I got into ULTY was on around the 13th of March, they had declared that they were going to go into weekly paying. So I let it go for 1 week, tracked basically the NAV and the share price and what they were paying out. They were averaging out roughly 10 cents per week and staying somewhere between $6 and $6.50. This was my thesis until this week when the dividend did not show up into the account. So recruits, we're going to do some little math here. So our thoughts were to buy Aldi anywhere from $6 to $6.35. We bought 100 chairs for around $6.35. Our total cost was $635. Our dividend was to roughly be 10 cents a week, thus equaling the $6.35 per average cost divided by 10 cents a week. So we're getting to go to 63 weeks to play with the house money. So what happened? I think we have three possibilities. The first possibility is that they just switched it back to monthly because they realized they couldn't pay weekly on it. Don't know why, not questioning it. A second possibility is that Yieldmax is so fucking stupid that they entered the wrong date. That they entered 428 instead of 328 as some kind of sick fucking April Fool's Day joke. And you know what? I don't want my money in their hands when they're this incompetent. At least when I thought they were just incompetent traders, you know, I just had to laugh about it because they're just not. I mean, how can you be this bad? How can you put in the wrong date after you put in everything else right for your payout? Or there is something way more diabolical here, that they are insolvent. Insolvent being that they have paid out way too much money and they don't actually have the cash now. Now they have to start selling some of their hard assets. Think about like a margin call for ETFs on their end though, not our end. Their end finally. They've paid out too much, too many funds, and then they purposely back this one either up to a month or they just simply don't have the money. And no matter what the case is there, whether they're insolvent or not, I am not keeping my money with them anymore. I am done being Khmered by myself. I tried to out Khmer by investing into them, hoping that, a 10 cent per week sustainable dividend was reasonable. I mean, XDTE does it, but they do it for $50 around $50 a share. So I was thinking, 10, they're, XDTE, one of our pillars, 25 cents roughly per week on $50. 10 cents a week on 6 is a hell of a lot better. And I was really hoping that maybe Yieldmax had finally learned their lesson. But nope, Nope, they go and do some dumb fucking shit again. So I want to inform the viewers, because I had the same question. What happens if Yieldmax goes insolvent and doesn't pay out their dividend? Well, the first thing is they have to liquidate the assets, like the treasuries that they have. And if they're, in the case of ULTY, they're holding some of the underliers. But what is really terrible here is if it's mismanagement and they've just paid out too much, then we could look at a lengthy court battle to get any kind of return back. And this could shake the entire high yield community. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below about what is going on here with Yieldmax. Yes, this is a little clickbaity, but you know, maybe it's not. Maybe they are insolvent. I heard some chatter in some discords and stuff about it myself. Seen it, you know. I don't know. I tried to get back with them, and once again, Yieldmax just tortures me. So don't try to be like the enemy. Just understand what their flaws are. The NAV erosion, the missed promises from Yieldmax. Seems like Yieldmax is in it for themselves, which, hey, that's their business. They can be in it for themselves. But you know what? At the end of the day, I am responsible to my family and you guys to give you the truth. The truth is they didn't pay out this week. That's a fact, Jack.
You're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin. Become my apprentice. Learn to use the dark side of the Force.
I will do whatever you ask.